Hey, so in the West, we like to act like we're the good guys, and that Russia's bad. They're the bad guys. They invaded Crimea. We just invaded Iraq with our NATO allies. And also, we promised Russia that we wouldn't expand NATO after the Berlin Wall fell. We've done so. The NATO allies include Poland now. We're now sending NATO troops to run drills on the border with Russia. That scares the shit out of Putin. So, as a result of us expanding NATO, notice I didn't say Putin did something first and then we expanded NATO. No, we expanded NATO first, and we were running drills on his border first. First. Alright? We have nukes positioned to strike him at any fucking point. And we're on his border running NATO drills. Isn't that scary? What if Russia was running drills in Canada? People have made that point. What if fucking Russia had troops in Canada and they were running drills with tanks and shit? That's scary. Oh, you guys will complain about me sitting right here, won't you? Alright, I'll sit where there's fucking light. Yeah, Putin doesn't like that we have that NATO is right on his fucking border. And he's afraid. So, out of fear, he will do stupid shit like invade Crimea to distract people. Because his country is doing horribly. It's an oligarchy. I've mentioned this in videos before. He wants to distract his people from the horrible job that he's doing, and it works. Because I don't want to pull an Anna Kasparian and say all Russians are dumb, but come on, Russians. Come the fuck on. That'd be like if we had Trump for like 30 years and no one had caught on yet that he's a dictator asshole. That would be like if we had Trump for 30 years and no one caught on. What the fuck, Russians? Come on. We need to stop with the whole Putin thing. But that aside, the West are no angels either. And what we need to do is not move towards war with Russia by ramping up NATO activity around their borders. What we need to do is open up peace talks with them. Trump, this is the one thing he's better than the Democrats on, is he wanted to work with Russia. Work with them in Syria. Agree to let the Assad government stay in power and stop the whole, no, even though you lost the Cold War and you lost all your allies in the Middle East and you only have one left, we're going to take that last one from you. And I know Assad's bad, but ISIS is worse. And we're not getting into who morally should take over Syria, because there's no moral person to take over Syria. We're not getting into that. So Trump wanted to be nice and be like, fine, you can keep Assad in power, because that's smart. That's a smart thing to do. That'd be like keeping Saddam in power. Saddam sucks, but he's better. So work with Russia rather than be hawks and set up a no-fly zone like the Democrats want to do. And once I've said before, our one hope of regaining power using the Democratic Party is to transform the Democratic Party into a progressive party. And we'll see how the progressives over at TYT reacted to the election. How do they react to the election? Are they salty? Are they going to admit that they were fucking wrong and that Hillary shouldn't have lost and that we need to start over? Or are they going to release a video that's titled, Russia brags about influencing election. Russia, why are we in the Cold War again? Stop the Cold War rhetoric, TYT. Stop the Cold War rhetoric. Jesus Christ, I haven't listened to this video yet. Let's listen to John Iadarola red bait as if he's a fucking McCarthy Republican in the fucking 40s. 50s. 50s, yeah. Fuck, it's quiet. Hold up.
That confirms become president. It's only been a couple of days and already information is starting to flow in that confirms that the suspected ties between the Trump campaign and Vladimir Putin's Russian government actually were there. And so this is coming from Russia's Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei Ryabkov, saying that communications between the government and Donald Trump's campaign were on a sufficient responsible level and that they were part of routine, everyday work. They were in everyday communication.
The leader of the United States government is in communication with the Russian government? Gasp! We have communications with our enemy? When has a Democrat ever done something like that except for with Iran? And we all praised Obama because the Iran deal was great. The Iran deal cut off their path to a nuke and stopped us from going down the Republican path, which we may go down now, of just invading them and bombing the shit out of Iran because they're our enemy. We had talks with them, even though they're our enemy, and now they're less of our enemy. Russia, we thought that at the end of the Cold War they became less of our enemy, and that we could have talks with them, okay? But now apparently we have to re-inflame the Cold War. Apparently the Cold War never ended. The Democrats never got the fucking memo in 1996 when the fucking Cold War was officially over. Over. So it might have been 91. I'm fucking up with dates today. McCarthy was in the 50s. Let's listen to some more John Idarola Russia baiting.
The Russian government with a campaign that is definitely winning. Trump campaign spokeswoman Hope Hicks told the Post in an email the campaign had no contact with Russian officials, which means daily contact. I take it. Rybkov said, I cannot say that all of them, but quite a few have been staying in touch with Russian representatives, referring to people in Trump's entourage.
Let's get to the fucking point, John.
Try to contact Hillary Clinton's campaign. They did. Ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova said representatives had reached out to the Clinton campaign as well and been rebuffed. Perhaps they were rebuffed daily, though, to be fair. And by the way, there's I wouldn't consider fully confirmed links, but there is a pro-Kremlin political analyst who says that there is evidence that the Russian government did help a little with WikiLeaks. Again.
Okay, John. First of all, who gives a fuck if they helped with WikiLeaks? The things released in WikiLeaks were true. We needed to know them, and if they weren't released, we would have just found out during Clinton's presidency. We would have lost the Senate then. We would have kept the House gone, and then, like I've said a trillion fucking times, we'd be in the exact same position we're in now in 2020, where we have a Republican president, where we have Republicans in every house of power. The only difference would be it wouldn't be a fascist orangutan buffoon. It might be someone like Ted Cruz who's a little bit more competent. And going back to what he said about, oh, the Russians reached out to the Clinton campaign too. So what I'm hearing is not that Trump's sinisterly working with Russia, so that he can do what again? He's working with Russia so that he can have Putin take over Alabama tomorrow. That's what they're going to do, TYT. Putin's going to be in Alabama tomorrow because Trump was talking with the Russians. He's a spy. Woo, he's a spy. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Russia is another government. We need to talk to them. If they reached out to the Clinton campaign and Clinton's like, fuck you, we're going to bomb the shit out of you and shoot down your planes in Syria. That's not the response I want from a president. And it makes me glad that we dodged the bullet of Clinton. And that we caught the bullet of Trump, and now, staying with the bullet metaphor, a Trump bullet is a lot easier to remove than a Clinton bullet, because Clinton splits the Democratic opposition, makes half of the people that are like you go and act like, oh, Clinton's great, we need to support her, and then half the people who are actually smart will oppose her and oppose the things that she does. Okay, TYT? And then you, even still, after she loses, are still going, Russia, bitch. Come on, this is TYT. I seriously do expect a little bit better from you guys. Because everyone likes to shit on you nowadays because you've kind of become a joke of your former selves. You've kind of become a laughing stock in how retarded the things you say now are. But I don't want us to be one of those people, you used to be great. But you really did used to be great. Liberals loved watching TYT, and they still do. You guys need to go back to what you do best, rail against the establishment, stop repeating establishment lies like Russia. That's because when you repeat establishment lies, that's not journalism. Doing this is not journalism, TYT. You're reporting facts that the Trump campaign was in contact with Russia, but the framing is just horrible. The framing is disgusting. You should say, yeah, he was in contact with Russia. People need to stop talking about this. People need to stop talking about this because it's not a big deal. It's a good thing that he's in contact with Russia. Focus on the fact that he's going to repeal Obamacare. Focus on the fact that he's going to put in a phony head of the EPA. If they don't just get rid of the EPA, they're going to put in a phony head of the EPA that's not going to regulate shit. Who knows what the Republicans are going to do with our fucking government? But make a video about that. Don't make a video fear-mongering about Russia. I saw a Secular Talk video that made me fucking afraid of this Trump administration because it's not too hard to imagine what they're going to do. all the things the Republicans tried to do when Obama was president and they knew they couldn't even get done, they're going to do all that and worse. Okay? They're going to do all that and worse. And this next 4 years is going to be super fun. But people like John Iadarola and TYT are not helping with the backlash. They are hurting with this stupid Russia shit. TYT, once again, good job. You get a bunch of fucking downvotes. Again, people love you. Yeah. Fuck you, TYT. Stop. Stop. You're hurting the left. And everyone subscribe to this channel. The dumb TYT viewers, I see you coming over in force. There are more smart TYT viewers than dumb TYT viewers that come over here, I see. I can see it in the comments that there are at least twice as many, usually, people who are saying, like, yeah, good job, or making their own point that's actually smart. And then about half the people that come over are being like, you're dumb, you probably voted for Trump. Oh my God, we're going to shame people who voted for Trump. We're going to shame people. Now is the time to shame. It's not the time to come together and form a coalition. Oh, God. Yeah, you guys are right. It's the time to shame people and go on Omar's channel and be like, Omar, you're wrong, you're wrong. Even though I'm right about everything. Challenge any of the fucking facts I've said, you piece of fucking shits from TYT. But if you're smart coming from a TYT, once again, subscribe, like, share, do all the shit. Do all the fun shit.